It's just, I mean, it's slightly odd because you're sounding very firm on all of these issues and very clear, but the Board of Deputies got the impression in this meeting that you weren't going to accept these internationally agreed examples, and they've been agreed by about 130 British councils, by the Scottish Parliament, the Welsh Assembly, the CPS, the police, and yet not by the Labour Party.
Well, by the time of the next meeting, we're meeting again in July after the National Executive Committee meeting in July. I hope that we will be able to meet again, go through the progress that has been made, because many of the asks that were put forward, it was agreed to take away, for example, to expedite some of the historic cases, particularly the high-profile cases, and hopefully by July we will be able to show the Board of Deputies and the Jewish Leadership Council that real progress has been made, because, let's be clear, we have to make progress on this. We've not done nearly enough, quickly enough, and that is recognised across the Labour Party. It's recognised by our new General Secretary, Jenny Formby. We are determined not just to call out anti-Semitism, but to root out anti-Semitism. It has no place in the Labour Party.
So in that case, why did you not accept the need for an independent ombudsman, as you were asked?
Well, this gets a little bit tricky, because you will know that there are changes to data protection rules that are affecting all organisations, and that does mean that we aren't able to... Well, we aren't able to share with third parties details of our party members, but we are employing a general counsel to be able to expedite these cases, to offer the transparency that's needed. And I hope that by the time we next meet, we will have made sufficient progress in making sure that anti-Semitism, those complaints of anti-Semitism, aren't just called out, they're rooted out of our party.
Do you think that the issue of anti-Semitism is being used by Labour MPs to attack Jeremy Corbyn?
No, and Jeremy's made that very clear, that the notion that these are smears against the Labour Party, he does not accept that. It is perfectly valid
to
for...
be clear, you think Len McCluskey is wrong about that?
Well, Jeremy Corbyn has said that he doesn't agree with Len McCluskey on this. It is perfectly acceptable for Labour MPs to call out anti-Semitism in our party and in our movement, and it is incumbent on our party and our movement to then act and root it out.
MPs such as Chris Leslie, Neil Coyle, John Woodcock, Wes Streeting, Ian Austin and others have become a dismal chorus whose every dirge makes winning a Labour government more difficult, says Len McCluskey. Is what he says more damaging to the Labour Party, or the dismal chorus? Which is it?
It's neither. I think what we've got to do, we've got to acknowledge that there there is an issue of anti-Semitism on the left of British politics. It's not just something that affects the right of British politics. There is an element in the left. It is a small element. We have to root it out. It has no place in the Labour movement, in the Labour Party. End of.